The scale of this week's chapter of Tokyo Ghoul Re, which is 145, is literally ginormous. Behemoth. It's a monstrosity of RC cells and everything combined. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a Kaneki that we have never seen before. Hell, we are looking at something in the Tokyo Ghoul universe that we have not seen before. In hindsight, this is a first for us. I guess you could say the only other small, very, very, very small portion of what we have seen of this is the Naga Serpent when Ayato was looking for the original One-Eyed King. I want to talk about what could potentially be the end of times, the world destroyer that is Kaneki right now. And I know it sounds a little bit overkill, like Kaneki capable of destroying the world and just tunneling through everything. Like, how could you even think of that? I feel like it's very biblical, like it's very holy, if anything. Kaneki, this character that we've known for a very long time, who basically come to this conclusion because of a coffee date with a ghoul, unfortunately, and his progression, cannibalizing and feeding on ghouls at a very early stage of his ghoul lifespan, losing his best friend, being destroyed and reborn as Hayase Sasaki, I guess coaxed into becoming the new One-Eyed King thanks to Arima and Eto, and now this. All of this collaborative effort has brought Kaneki to what would be the pinnacle of his character, and even the demise of his character, the scale of which is tremendously unfavorable for his future. There are many questions that I have, obviously, for Ishida, that we all have, obviously, for Ishida. Like, how is this gonna end? How does Kaneki escape from this? How does he even be killed? Something of this scale, of this caliber, being such ridiculous in size, how does this come to a conclusion? I mentioned in the review, and if you haven't seen that video, I recommend go watching it, but this is no longer just in the vicinity of the CCG and the V organization. This is in the global aspects of things. If Ishida is going to portray, a realistic democracy and a realistic, politicians and governments, basically, Kaneki is going to be targeted by not only the CCG, the people that hunt ghouls, but also humans, also the military, and not only, Japan's military, but potentially even United States and Australia and, everyone else that pitches Kaneki as a global threat. This has really expanded the avenues of quote-unquote Tokyo Ghoul and has made it more worldwide. And the beauty of it is that we've never really ventured outside of the Tokyo realm of ghouls. We've seen a little bit. We know that Germany is filled with ghouls. We know that China is filled with ghouls, and we've seen characters come from those places, but we've never really explored those regions ourselves. The fact that Kaneki right now, of his size, could potentially bring all of those regions, all of those things that we want to see to him. We could potentially see different CCG outposts across the globe kind of joining in collaborative effort to take down Kaneki. Like, this could be, a much bigger thing than what we originally pictured. Because originally we thought, Furuta, the V organization, Washu, the CCG, like, they might be enough to take down Kaneki, but is it enough? Just from this chapter alone, we get an insight on how vicious, how ravenous Kaneki is right now, and he has absolutely no control over it. The goal for Kaneki trying to join the human and ghouls together is no longer a thing. That beautiful imagery, that, lavish fairy tale that Kaneki wanted to build, that Kaneki went into this form so he could build that future, is no longer a thing. And we still don't even know the repercussions of him entering this form. There is still the repercussions of potentially Toka being eaten by Kaneki that we might have missed off screen. Even the abundance of other people that were down when Kaneki started to transform that could have got eaten, such as Hinami and whatnot. Like, all these other characters that could potentially be on that chopping block. Do I think that's the case? Not necessarily. Don't get me wrong, Kaneki potentially eating Toka and Hinami would be super impactful, but the timing, right now, it's just, I don't really picture it unless it kind of starts to trickle in. And, I think it'd be pretty crazy if Kaneki started to, see these visions in his head of him accidentally killing Toka and Hinami. Like, that would be pretty raw and cruel for Kaneki. So at the moment, he's stuck in his head. There's nothing he can do about this. I don't know how he grabs control. I don't know how, anyone can pull him out of this form. He's in this grotesque dragon, serpent, centipede-like thing. Like, it's ridiculous. I feel like this just opens up the opportunities to bring in foreign CCG detectives, maybe even foreign V organization members. Like, if it's gonna take a lot to potentially take down Kaneki, do you think the V organization, the CCG, and maybe the military is going to be enough? I highly doubt that the military is going to opt out for, a nuclear warhead or a hydrogen bomb with the potential of wiping out, millions of innocent civilians that are in the close firing range. So, what's their first approach to it? Can a nuclear warhead or even a hydrogen bomb even affect Kaneki? Like, there's so many different outputs, so many different directions that Ishida could go. I still think the Naga Serpent's gonna make his appearance and maybe even try and cannibalize on Kaneki, or they're gonna have like this massive Goliath battle. It's literally like two kaijus versing each other, or two Godzillas basically versing each other, you know what I mean? Like, just these two massive monsters fighting off with each other. It's obscure. It's literally world destroying at this point. Like, does Kaneki get bigger? Is that a thing? Like, if he remained in this form, and I'd theoretically pitch it that he would get bigger if he started to cannibalize still. How does it work? I guess you can kind of picture it like if he ever were to completely decimate Japan and started to eat and cannibalize on all these ghouls, would he grow extremely bigger to that extent if he were to fill that status quo, you know what I mean? So, I mean, is my man gonna tunnel through the earth anytime soon to go and eat a foreign country? Like, what is this turning into? So, I am very excited to see how Ishida plays on this. How far does he reach out to expand on the Tokyo Ghoul universe? Like, how many different directions, how many different people, different organizations, motives, everything are going to come into effect to try and take down Kaneki right now? And if the Naga Serpent appears, like, then what then? I'm going to keep repeating this, but I still think the Ogai Squad members being specifically designed to feed Kaneki for this purpose are going to be the beings that potentially kill him. They're going to frame out or something and basically skewer Kaneki from the inside, making him not be able to move, potentially killing him, or making him kill a bull to a certain degree. Honestly, at this point, I still kind of stand by my theory in saying that, Kaneki was created for the sole purpose of taking out the original dragon, per se, the Naga Serpent, the original One-Eyed King. There's no proof behind that. I just feel like it's a very prominent thing right now. Who knows? Like I said, I'm very excited to see how Ishida kind of connects all the dots, feeds us new information each week. He loves to leave us on cliffhangers, and considering there was no dialogue in this chapter, quite a big cliffhanger. So, with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, but I'm actually going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.